Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the AMX 13F3AM. It's the Tier 6 French SPG. It's located on the west spawn of Stuszianki, and it's under the command of Moose. Yes, he's back again. We've got a whole series of his replays coming up, and well, he's playing the little French Arty made from an AMX 13-ton tank. Okay, game started. Well, this one's got 155mm howitzer mounted on top of it, and the French made over 600 of these, and they sold them to other countries, and oh, that was a good move there. Actually demolished the entire house with just one drive-through, and that means there's no place for the enemy to hide behind if they're gonna try and cap. Now, he's got 2 marks on the barrel, and he's now aiming towards the enemy, the T-52 in the centre trench, doing a quick scouting run, just as I would do. Rounds out. Close, but no moniker. If you know the reference, yes, then you'll understand. Okay, the 155 will do 700 alpha, penetrating 39mm of armour, and it's got a burst radius of 8 metres. It's quite an accurate Arty, but it does have a fairly long reload compared to some of the other 155s, 25.34 seconds. You can get quicker with the M12. Oh, looks like both Artys fired at the same spot at the same time. But I think Moose was just the last one, or the first one to go in, and the second one that went in probably picked up the stun assist, and we've just seen one of our teammates get wiped out there in the centre. And one of the enemy tanks has gone, the T-52. T-3485 is about to die. Yes, he's gone. And Moose gets a shot on the Type 64 and he's out the game. Okay, he's relocating. M44 firing just went right over our heads. But he knows what he's doing, that guy, because he's got 2 marks on the barrel. And we're headed north to a new firing position up near the railway line. Now, this little Arty is actually a lot faster with the stock gun, and although it has slightly worse dispersion, it actually means this thing can move about a lot quicker with the stock gun than it does with the top gun. The top gun's got better accuracy, but it's, well, a bit heavy, and as a consequence this Arty is actually fairly slow to accelerate with the top gun, but it's fast with the little one. And some players actually do prefer to play with the stock gun simply because they can move about faster. Okay, he's aimed towards the forest in the top, in the centre, the little copse where light tanks and medium tanks go to joust it out so they can shoot on the factory. And the first target he's seen is a Cromwell, fires around in. Lovely direct hit for 276, making good use of his shells. Next target's a Thunderbolt, which is of course the up armour version of an M4, and our T-52 is being very cheeky. He's going around both, in fact he's going around a Cromwell and an Easy 80, and then we fire around in, and this time round the Cromwell loses 363, but our MT-25 creates a kind of mini roadblock. He gets wiped out, the T-52 is stopped in his tracks, and that makes him vulnerable because that little tank is only really safe if it keeps moving to avoid return fire, and he's lost virtually all of his hit points, and now he's out the game as well. Rounds out in the Easy 8, direct hit 330. That was a really good shot because it was over a ridgeline down the other side into the target, and those can be difficult to judge. As you can see here at the moment, there's a red line extending from the edge of that hill, and that means the shell would actually hit the edge of the hill before it went down the slope. So it does require quite a lot of good judgment as an Arty player to work out exactly where to place the shell in order to get it to go down the slope. Direct hit on the Easy 8. He's not going to be a happy bunny right now. He's probably lost another couple of 100 hit points. A lot of players complain about Arty bitterly taking away their hit points and there's no way they can fire back. But really the only reason they actually do bitterly complain is because it's displaced revenge or frustrated revenge feelings on the Arty. Normally if you see an enemy tank shoot at you, you shoot back at them. You can't do that with Arty, but the main reason you can't do it is because you've been spotted. That's why Arty's hitting you, because you've been spotted. Now if you get yourself unspotted, Arty can't fire at you, and that's the way to avoid being hit by Arty. But of course a lot of tank drivers just don't understand that, so they just get general revenge antagonism towards Arty, and it's misplaced. They really should think about, you know, where am I seen, what am I doing, and is there a better way that I can do it without actually getting spotted so Arty can fire at me. Well, the enemy seems to have done fairly well in the south, because they've actually pushed around, and although the Thunderbolt just got wiped out by our KV2, the score is still even, so it's anybody's game at the moment. Rounds out in the Sherman Jumbo. Oh, stunned him but didn't do any damage. We're one down now, which is not looking good, because it's the defender, the Striv 74, holding out against that Sherman Jumbo. The enemy's pushing in the factory area. Definitely pushing. In fact, they've got a KV2 and a KV2R, which means they can alternate when they're reloading. Makes it very difficult for you to poke around the corner. In fact, our KV2's decided that it's probably better for him to hold back and wait until the enemy comes around the corner, rather than actually trying to fend them off whilst they're still on the railway track. Going back to the south, we can see that Sherman Jumbo is now facing off against the Striv 74, and that's not a good move, because the Striv 74 is just basically an M42 with a better turret, and he's managed to be killed. The Sherman Jumbo takes a hit for 195, but there's going to be nobody down there to spot him momentarily, and now he's gone unsighted, and that means that he has freedom to move up, and there's nobody to spot him except the Arty now. The KV2 finally got derped by our KV2, who actually got the balls to go up to the railway tracks and see who was around the corner. But if he does this again, I think the KV2R might have a thing to say about it. Oh, well, not now, because both Arty have had a say about that and taken out the KV2R. 229 hit points of damage done by Moose, and 72 hit points of damage was done by the Hummel. Okay, T-3485M's turned up now. That was a little too late now to get the T-3485M, and it looks to me like he's going to go around the outside and come up behind the KV2. Our AMD 178B has taken up position in the forest in the north, but we've already now found ourselves in close company to the M44 and the Hummel, and I think now's the time to actually move from this place, because it means that that Sherman Jumbo is probably about to arrive at our cap any second, and T-3485M can take a hit from the KV2 and still take him out of the game. Oh, he was unlucky. He actually got completely penetrated and he's out of the game. So the scores are back to being equal, except of course we've got the KV2 and of course that AMD, whilst the enemy team have got a Sherman Jumbo, a box tank and 3 Arty. Now the AMD might be able to find the enemy Arty, and this is what Moose is doing right now. He's aiming for the enemy Arty. He's found one of them. It's the FV304, the Burt. Rounds out. This should be accurate. Yep, takes him out of the game. Easy one shot there. He can easily penetrate the FV304. It's really not designed to hold off armor-piercing shells, and or even HE rounds for that matter. The M44 though, he's facing towards the AMD and shotguns him, and despite the fact that all the Arty are firing in on him, he's managed to survive fairly well, and now all the Arty are in reload and he's survived that onslaught. So it's now 4 against 3 and there's only 3 Arty. The M44 and the Hummel have gone up to the centre line. Looks like the Sherman Jumbo's watching them and not us. He's ignoring us, and I suspect that might be because he doesn't know we're here. The M44 and Hummel are firing in on the Sherman Jumbo. We don't know where the box tank is either. He was last seen near the factory, but... oh, no, we do know where he is now. He's just taken out the Hummel, so he must be close to the railway line. Now, Moose can't fire because he would alert the others to his position. He's now aiming at the box tank, who's making a run on our M44, and there's not a lot our M44 can do. The Sherman Jumbo's tearing him to shreds. He's aiming for that guy because the box tank probably won't see this. But he knows that we're here and we are last alive on our team. The box tank's probably going to try and get to a position where he can shoot. But Moose has decided he's going to make a stand here, and he has to go close to the bushes because his view range is very poor. And so if he's going to see this box tank, he has to be close enough to spot him. And now he's using the bush mechanic. He has been stunned by the enemy Arty. He's probably not going to be able to take this guy out with one shot, but he's going to have a jolly good go, and he fires the shell in, gets a hit. But he's now got a long reload, and he has been spotted. And yeah, 113cm shell wipes out him and ends the game. Good try. Unfortunately, it didn't work out on this occasion. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it's an ace tanker for Moose in the AMX 13 F3AM. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 15, a Gore's medal for doing more damage than 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle, and he got a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game overall. If we look at the team score, we can see that he did get the highest damage, 2,963, the next high score being the KV2R with 2,079 hit points, followed by the KV2 on his own team, who had 1,887. When it came to kills, he shared the top spot alongside the KV2 and the KV2 on his own team, and the M44 and box tank on the enemy team. The MT25, the Hummel, and the other KV2 all managed to get 2 kills, and the rest only had 1. And when it came to base XP, yes, it's the enemy team who does well here. 948 for the KV2R, 766 for the Sherman Jumbo, 758 for the box tank. And it was just these 3 guys who were left alive on the enemy team. 655 for Moose out of that game, which puts him 5th on XP. He fired 16 rounds in that game, got 8 direct hits and 1 penetration, 15 splash. Damage of 2,963 hit points, of which 2,475 were at more than 300 meters. He received 1 hit, it was a penetration, that was on the box tank, and of course it ended his game completely. He also got splashed by the enemy Arty, the M44, firing at distance. He damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 3 of them, and did 72 hit points of damage assistance, plus 408 hit points of stun assist off 12 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 33,283 credits, got 3,938 credits for Achievements Award, that's for getting an Epic or a Battle Hero medal in a losing or drawn game, so his total came to 55,832 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupplies, still took away a profit of 37,994 credits. He received 655 XP, got 371 for the Achievements Award here, and 1,539 from Personal Reserves, 6,000 from Personal Mission Payout, and took away 9,078 altogether. So, good game. Unfortunately, his team just weren't up to it, and they collapsed, and left him the last man standing. And of course, yes, he had to attack that box tank. Couldn't have tried to run away. He would have been taken out very, very quickly. And so he made a brave decision to actually take a shot using the bush mechanic, but he was just way too close to the bush when he fired. I think really he tried pulling back as much as he could, but it wasn't enough. The box tank saw him and finished him off as soon as he could. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching.